Welcome to Just Puzzling. My name is Chris. Today we're going to do an expert killer Sudoku on my iPad. Let's get into it. For those who've seen me before, they'll know that I do not use notes. I find this is more a mathematical game, so I don't need to use a note. So this is here. So 4 can only be 1 and 3. They're the only numbers of that. 3 and 2 here. Sorry, 1 and 2 here equals 3. So that's going to make that the 1 because it's going to be there, and that the 2. This is going to make this 2 and 4. So what else are we looking at? We're looking at 25 and 8. So these two add up to 9. The 16, 8 is 24, 36. Once again, 9. So we've got a 1 and 2 here. We know that's 2 and 4, so this can be 1 and 6 or 3 and 4 or any number of things. 9 and 7 across here. There's a cell by itself. Okay, so this can be 3 and 8 or 4 and 7, mainly because that 6 and 5 is out and 2 and 9 is out. Hang 1 and 3 there. So this is 5 and 9. So if this is 5 and 9, this can only be 7 and 8. Because the 6 and 9 will be out. So that's 7 and 8. Okay. I don't want to have to do this, but this here is a spare cage for all. No, it's not because of that there. So just disregard anything I was about to say because it was wrong. So if this is 26, this is 19. That help me? No, not really. So 29 in the box here can only be the numbers 5, 7, 8, 9. So because of that 8, so it can't be there. Can't be there because of that column, so that's an 8 there. Leaving 8 down this row or column there. Okay, so this is going to be 5, 9 and 7 in some shape or form order. So that leaves 1 to be here, here or here. 1 cannot be there, so it's one of these two. So if it's one of those two, that's got to be a 1 there. That's a 2, 1 and 3 there. What am I looking at? I'm looking at 23, 31, 34, 11. So 11 can be 6 and 5. 11 can be 9 and 2, which it can't be. So 9 is up here, because that can't be 9 and 2. And it could be 7 and 4. So 9 is up here. That leaves 7 and 5. 2 is in here. So 2 is there, can't be there, can be there. So 8. 9 can't be there. 5 and 6, 1. 2 can be there, so that could be 5 and 6. That can't be 2, because 2 is there. It can be, so the number that I'm looking for is 1, isn't it? So if I said 1 can be there, so 1 can be there or there, because of that 1 there, that's a 1, that's a 6, that's the 5. This will mean this is 7 and 9. So that means that this is 5, 6, 3. So 6. Okay, so 6 is in this column, it can't be in that cage, so it's a 6 there and a 2 there. That leaves that as a 2 and a 4. Still 7 and 9 there. And 5 and 3 here. So this is 5. This, is that right? So 5 and 3, so 5. That's going to make that the 8, because 8 can't be there. It has to be in that column because of these two. Can't be there because it's a 5. So 8 is there. This is going to be 5 and 7, which means that's going to be the 7. That's going to be the 9. Okay, we know this can't be 6 and 7 and 8 and 5, so this is 9 and 4. Which means 9 and 4 is here. 3 must be there. 9 and 4, 9 plus 7 is 16, plus 7 is 23. 5 and 3 there, 9 and 4 there. Okay, so 5 has to be there, there, or there. Okay, can't be 6 and 7. You think? What else are we seeing? So we're starting to move out this way. So 8 and 3 makes sense. 7 and 4 makes sense. 1, 1, 1, 3. So 3 must be here. That could be 3 and 8. Could be 3 and 4. Could be 3 and anything adds up to 10. 7, 13. So 7 must be here. Could be here. 1 and 2. So 7 can't be there. 7 can't be there. 7 can't be there. 7 can't be there. So that's a 7 there. That's an 8. That means 4 can't be in this. 8 could be there and there. Now, remember I said that was a 9, but we'll check that. 20, 36, 44, 1. So that's a 1 there. That means 1's going to be in one of these boxes. So 7's going to be one of these two. Just depending on the 9 there. Which leaves me with a 7 here, here, or here. Okay. So 25 plus 11, 36. This is going to be 9. Can't be 2. It can't be, if it's 9, it can't be 1 and 8, right? Can't be 2 and 7. Can't be 6 and 3, so it's 5 and 4. If I make that a 5, that'd have to be a 2, so it can't work. So that's a 4, 5, 8, 3. Okay. We're looking for a 1 in this column. It can't be there, so that's a 1. That's a 6. Still looking for the 9 and 5. Frustrating, but anyway, it is what it is. Let's go down here. So 3 plus 11 is 14, plus 6 is 20. This is 32. So these two are going to add up to 13. Now that can either be 5 and 8, can't work. So that's the 9, and that's the 4, that's the 5. So 5 can't be in this row here because of the 6, so 5's going to be there. That's going to be a 7. This is going to be 8. and 3. And the reason for the 8, 3, no, knowing the order there was that 8 there meant that couldn't be an 8. Okay, so we know that this is 2 and 6. Because of that 6 there, that's a 6. The reason I knew that was a 6 and 2 is 1 was out, 5 was out. The only numbers that can add up to 8 are 1 and 7, 5 and 3, 2 and 6. Okay, so the other 12 number is 9 and 3. Don't know anything about that, but 9 and 3 means that is a 3 there, and that'll be a 1. So one of these two is a 1. Still got 9 and 4 here, but got a 4, so that's going to be 4 there, and 9. 1, 2, 3 goes there, 8 goes there. As I said, 9 and 3 there. 5 and 7 there. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is 1 and 9 across here. For this to be 9, it can't be 1 because that's there. Can't be 2 and 7. Can't be 6 and 3. So this is 5 and 4. If that's 5 and 4, this is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 there, leaving that to be the 4. Okay. So 8 and 5, this can be 2 and 9. So 9 works for that with 2. And the other number it can be is 7 and 4, which doesn't work because of that. So that's 9 there, 2. Somewhere down here is a 9, so that's a 9 there. That leaves that as the 1. So this here is going to be 7 and 4 because 5 is out, 5 and 6 is out, 8 and 3 is out, 9 and 2 is out. So this is 7 and 4 because that's 7 there. That's a 7, that's a 4. Because of that 1, that's a 1, and that's a 3. We now know that that's 7 and 9. Can't be a 7 there, so that's a 9. That's a 7. Running out of spots for the 9. The 9 can be here or here. We've still got 3 and 5 over here. Because of that 3 there, that's a 3 there. That's a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is going to be 9 and 5. Can't be a 5, so that's a 9. That's a 5. And the reason I said it couldn't be a 5 is because of that 5 there. I'm looking for 4 and 5 here. I've got a 5 there. So that's 5 and that's 4. So 11 plus 8 is 19. 27. 38, so that's a 7 there. 7 there. Still have 9 and 3 here. Because of that 9, that's going to be 9, and that's going to be 3. Because of that 2, that's a 2 there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 there. So 6 can be in that spot there. So that's a 6, mainly because of that 6 there. That's a 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, because of that 2 there, 2, so 13, that's going to be an 8, 8 covered, so we need to find a spot for the 1 is there, 2, 3, this is a 4 and a 6, because of that 6 there, that's a 6 there, that's a 4, got these two to go, this is 8 and 5, because of that 5 there, that's an 8, and that's a 5. Alright, we did that in just over 14 minutes. Pretty good. I hope you enjoyed. Until next time, bye for now.